Good afternoon and welcome to the Student Sportscast. I am Adam Cook and to my right is Carson Zadazan. We are in sinking spring and we have a nice baseball game coming ahead of us. It's a Berks 1-2 matchup. It's the Twin Valley Raiders at the Wilson Bulldogs. So this is a matchup that's going to be pretty important for both teams. Wilson currently trailing in Berks 1. If they are looking to catch up to Governor Mifflin, this is a must-win for them. Twin Valley 5-3 against Berks opponents. They're 7-5. Wilson on the other hand 10-4. So Twin Valley does lead Berks 2 ahead of Fleetwood, Daniel Boone, and Conrad Weiser. So first pitch is coming up in just shortly. Look at about 8 minutes from now. Umpires chatting with the coaches currently. So let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's action. So for the visiting Twin Valley Raiders, of course, they will be hitting first. It is Grant Moser playing in left, followed by Brody Majeski at short. Nate Lord hitting at third in the third slot. Logan Crunkleton in cleanup hitting at first base. Ben Vaughn on the mound. We will get to him shortly, coming off of a nice appearance. Luke Wagner catching behind him. Matt Knight in center, Nate Arocco in right field, and Cooper Zidmel finishes off this Raiders lineup. So on the mound, as we were saying, for the Raiders is going to be Ben Vaughn. So he was named Berks 2 honorable mention last season, and in his last outing it was against Fleetwood, through a complete game shutout, allowed just 1 hit and 1 walk. So pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, very impressive.
And on the mound, it's a guy we've seen multiple times. We actually have not had a Student Sportscast so far without this guy on the mound. It is Ben Culp for the Wilson Bulldogs. He is a junior, a right-hander, was named All-Division last season. He is 3-1 this season, 1.67 ERA. So Culp will also be in the lineup for the Bulldogs. Culp is going to be hitting fourth. Let's look at the rest of their lineup. Of course, they'll be hitting in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Jack Gable at short leading off. Ryan Marmolejos at second. Christo Hunsaker at first. Again, Culp hitting fourth cleanup. Alex Ernesto at third base, hitting fifth. Tim Langle in right. Nick Heron in center field. Stanley Mowry in left field. And Cole Lavin hitting DH. A few mix-ups in this Bulldogs lineup from when we last see them. It's going to be Gable and Hunsaker did switch positions, and it looks like they are taking the field a couple minutes early. So Culp getting ready. We're going to take a brief timeout, and when Culp delivers his first pitch, we'll have it for you on the Student Sportscast. Thank you for tuning in today. We'll have it all for you. Back here in Sinking Spring, it is the Student Sportscast. Just 2 high school kids trying to have fun on a broadcast. So that's all it is. And again, as we said earlier before the break, Ben Culp is on the mound for the Bulldogs. No stranger to this live stream. Culp so far this season 3-1 with a 1.67 ERA. Last through against Exeter on April 16th, so that was last week, through 5 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. So he's been dealing 1.67 ERA. And we are getting just ready for this first pitch at Wilson West Middle School. It's a much nicer day than some of the other ones we've had. We've seen cold, we've seen rain, but today
Beautiful.
it's sunny, no clouds, perfect. First pitch delivered, fastball for a strike down the middle, and we are underway. It is Grant Moser hitting for the Raiders. Moser so far this season, 273 average, 442 on base. And second pitch delivered for a strike, 0-2 count early for Colt.
It's almost a little too hot, I'd say.
It might be. Also probably us getting a little accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Bulldogs wearing their classic white and red jerseys. Strike 3 on the top of the plate. Gets Moser swinging, and that's a quick one. 3 strikes, all of them in there, and quick out. Twin Valley, on the other hand, green jerseys, white pinstripes, another clean look.
They are very nice jerseys.
They are good. Only, correct me if I'm wrong, only team in Berks to wear green?
I believe so.
Brody Majeski digs in for the Raiders. It's going to be a breaking ball low for ball 1, 1-0 count. Majeski playing shortstop today. Went 2 for 5 against Y Missing in their last game. Was a win yesterday. This is the 3rd straight day of baseball for Twin Valley. Fastball on the outside, called for a ball, 2-0. Now, Carson, something interesting I wanted to talk about, and you as a Conrad Weiser student may appreciate this. Conrad Weiser played both of these teams on Monday. It was a doubleheader. I believe one of them was a suspended game. Culp delivers a fastball, now 2-1. So Wilson was, I believe, completing a suspended game, and Twin Valley also beat them 8-0. That was a full one. Paper just went flying away. I believe it's 2-2 now. Appreciate the Twin Valley fan who delivered that. Breaking ball on the outside, delivered for strike 3. Quick second out for Culp. As I was saying, so a unique situation where you have a high school doubleheader. So Wilson had a doubleheader. They also played, I believe, Hamburg. And Twin Valley, that was their only opponent, was Conrad Weiser. Excuse me, it was Fleetwood. Bulldogs won 2-1. So Culp getting ready, trying to make this a quick inning. Delivers on the outside, just a little low actually. It's a breaking ball. Ball 1.
You know, Conrad Weiser has struggled, but I feel our time's coming soon.
Yes. Well, unrelated. Weiser 1-13 this season.
There was no need for that.
Culp delivers, fastball, not going to be there. 2-0.
Actually, one of our coaches, I believe, a couple years ago was Chad Billingsley, MLB pitcher.
Interesting. That's cool. So Nate Lord is going to be at the plate. It's 2-0 count for him. Lord hit for the cycle in that game against Y Missing yesterday. So a lot of baseball for the Raiders. Do they still have it in them today at the plate, or are they going to be a little too tired? Not. Culp's doing a good job putting them away so far. 3-1 count to Lord right now.
After a game Lord had the other day, I don't think he's going to be tired. He's looking to do it again.
He is. Strike delivered. It's a fastball, full count now. 3-2. Lord's hitting to over 1,200 OPS. Very impressive number. On base, 468. Also can pitch, too. He's not going to be on the mound today, but breaking ball, it's low in the dirt. And there's the first base run of the game. It's going to be Nate Lord. The junior going to find himself on first base. 2 strikeouts by Culp and now a walk. Logan Crunkleton is going to dig in for the Raiders. The lefty takes a breaking ball down the middle. It's going to be 0-1 to the first baseman. Crunkleton, a senior, hitting .357 and cleanup, .986 OPS. Culp not paying much attention to Lord at first. Umpire takes time. Looks like, was that the umpire?
I'm not sure.
I believe that was.
I do remember last game, they were always thrown over to first trying to peg a guy off.
They were. Culp delivers fastball, blazed it by him, 1-1 count. Or 0-2 count, sorry. Crunkleton went 1 for 3 against Wyo, 2 for 4 against Weiser. Drove in 3 runs that game. Touched the plate twice himself. Trying to keep this inning going. Culp, the pitch fouled off. He's staying alive.
You know, you keep bringing this stuff up about Weiser. You know, I don't know what you have against
them. It is not personal, Carson. I think it is a very fine school. A lot of good schools. Wilson and Twin Valley consistently ranked, that top 3, top 5 range. And there's your pickoff move, and it's going to get him at first base. Lord is picked off to end the inning, and we're headed to the bottom of the first. No damage done, and Bulldogs now getting ready to hit. Bottom of the first coming up in Sinking Spring. It's a tie game, 0 apiece. A pretty successful top of the first for Ben Culp. Gets 2 strikeouts, walks, does end up walking Lord, but picks him off successfully. So, Jack Gable's going to be leading off for the Bulldogs, and this is not necessarily a new position for him. They've kind of they've mixed it around a little bit. It was Hunsker early in the season, but Gable hitting .239. This is where he's been for the past couple of games. Just a little update regarding some Major League Baseball. Phillies lead 3-2 in the top of the 10th inning in Queens. So Jordan Romano's coming in. Not not sure we're confident in that one. Are you a Phillies fan, Carson?
I am a Phillies fan.
That's
you
good.
know, that one time at the radio station, WEEU, I said I was a Mets fan, but that was untrue.
You are a Cowboys fan, though.
I am a Cowboys fan,
Yes.
though. Yeah.
Raiders still warming up. Ben Vaughn's going to be on the mound again, as we were saying earlier. Honorable mention in Berks 2 last season. Last pitch against Fleetwood, 7 innings, just 1 hit, a complete game shutout. So, very successful. He allowed 4 runs in, I believe, just over 3 innings against Effort. That was his only other outing this season. Did also pitch in a scrimmage, but that does not count towards stats. So, this season so far, 2.62 ERA, 1-1. Also can steal bag, stolen 7 so far. And, of course, can swing the bat. So Vaughn's getting ready, the righty. Sees Gable at the plate. He's in his windup. And the pitch. Fastball just on the outside. 1-0 count. Gable so far this season, .239 average, 373 on base, 677 OPS. And Vaughn delivers a strike. It's a 1-1 count now. Vaughn quickly in the dirt. 2-1 count now. Gable has 3 doubles on 11 hits so far this season. Extra bases. Very beneficial to start this. Gets a piece of that on a check swing, and it's in fair play. Delivers it to second base, and it's going to be an early putout. So not what Gable's looking for on a 1-1 count.
Yeah.
So quick out for Vaughn on the mound. Gets a little lucky on that one. He kind of just, check swing, tried to check it. Not a great pitch, just enough contact to put it up the middle, even though it wasn't particularly weak contact. Wasn't hard at all, but Zidwell makes the play, and now it's going to be a 1 out for Ryan Marmolejos, the second baseman. He's going to see a strike, 0-1 count. Vaughn getting ready in the dirt, gets him chasing, 0-2. Marmolejos this season, the sophomore, 348 average. Has been pretty consistent at the top of the Bulldogs lineup, and is going to foul that fastball off behind the batter's eye. Still 2-strike count, no balls for Marmolejos. Vaughn trying to put him away here. Again, 1 out in the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game. Gets another piece of it, just time on the ground, but it's going to be in foul territory behind him. Marmolejos staying alive. Following him is going to be Hunsaker, Culp, Ernesto. Vaughn in his windup. Breaking ball on the outside, 1-2 count. 72 degrees today. Not particularly surprising.
Yeah, beautiful.
Not much wind coming in, though.
Yeah.
Fastball in the dirt, 2-2 count. Enough to blow away some of my favorites, though.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking I should have put some sunscreen on.
That would not have been a bad idea.
Yeah.
Vaughn getting ready, the 2-2. Breaking ball, rolling down the line. It's going to be foul. Marmolejos just jammed on that pitch. Lucky that it rolled foul. It could have probably gone either way. From this angle, maybe it was a little hard to tell whether it would have went foul or not, but obviously it did. But how far foul it was. So again, the count's 2-2, 1 out to Marmolejos. Vaughn trying to put him away. It's the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. He delivers. Fastball gets him out and ahead. 2nd out on the K. First strikeout of the day for Vaughn. And Culp had 2 in the top half of the inning, so Hunsaker trying to keep it alive with 2 outs, digs in. Hunsaker is a Millersville commit for baseball. Vaughn, curveball, in for a strike, 0-1 count. Hunsaker does play 3 sports like his brother Tommy did last season. Tommy Hunsaker also at Millersville for football. Hunsaker delivers it deep left field. It's going to fall in for an extra base hit. Hunsaker at second base. He's going to stop there. 2-out double by Christo Hunsaker, and the Bulldogs are alive.
Very nice, solid contact on that hit.
Great contact. And it looked not. It carried.
Yeah, it did carry.
It very
carried
much
well.
carried. So, left fielder Lord just not able to track that one down. No shame on his part. Good contact by Hunsaker. So the 2-out double is going to put a man in scoring position for Culp, trying to drive one and provide himself some run support. Culp at the plate this season, 222 average, 611 OPS.
Little Ben versus Ben action here.
Ben versus Ben action, yep. Vaughn trying to limit this damage, keep it to 0. Delivers a curveball for a strike on 1 count. I don't really expect them to pay much attention to Hunsaker at second base. You just got to work on the batter here.
Yep.
Fastball high and outside, 1-1. Culp, the lefty, swinging at a curveball, fouls it off to the right side. 2 strike count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now a much more desperate situation for the Bulldogs. Can't miss on anything here for Culp. Vaughn trying to get out of the inning here. The pitch, fastball, gets him swinging. That's the 3rd out of the inning. And Vaughn out of it clean. You know, a little damage done by Hunsaker, but doesn't matter.
Yep, couldn't capitalize on it.
Could not capitalize, and we are headed to the top of the 2nd inning. Raiders looking to strike first. We will see you then. Thank you for listening to the Student Sportscast. Top of the 2nd inning coming up. Raiders at the plate. Logan Crunkleton at the plate for the 2nd time today. His at-bat ended on a pickoff to end the top of the 1st inning. And as we just saw in between innings, Phillies lose 4-3 on a walk-off. So, as we were saying, not very surprising. But it is what it is.
Typically how a Phillies game goes.
Gets swept by the Mets.
Yep.
Gotta love it.
The Mets are a good team, though. So.
Oh, very. Fastball on the outside delivered by Culp. It's 1-0 count to Crunkleton. Culp delivers a fastball low, but called for a strike. Is that 1-1 count? Nice framing by Tyler Herbine, the catcher. Herbine not in the lineup today, but very nice on defense. Culp blazes that by him, 1-2 count. That's a nice fastball for sure, and he's been mixing in some off speed, some breaking, but that fastball.
Yeah, he's got a good toolbox.
Nice. Stands tall too. Power pitcher for sure.
Yeah.
Delivers it. Crunkleton's going to foul it off to the right side. Still alive, 1-2 count now. Again, he was 1-3 with an RBI and walk in his last appearance. That was against Wyo yesterday. against Weiser on Monday, went 2 for 4. Culp getting ready in his windup and the pitch. Fastball fouled off behind the batter's eye. Raiders able to capitalize on drawing out these at-bats. Wilson, not so much. Did not make Vaughn throw much.
Yeah.
Culp checked his swing and went around. That's strike 3 in the first out of the inning. As you were saying, Ben versus Ben, another pitcher's duel, just the opposite frame this time. So Crunkleton down on strikes. That's the third strikeout of the day so far for Culp. Delivery high, brushes off Vaughn off the plate. Be 1-0. Vaughn at the plate, 234 average, on base of 288. Has stolen 7 bases so far, scored a run, and had a walk against Y missing. Culp delivers into up center field, into right field. It's going to leak past the right fielder. Now he's in front of it, and Vaughn just held to a single, but he roped that.
Yeah, that was a good hit.
Tim Langle, nice job of getting in front of it there. Limits extra bases, but either way,
Yeah, he thought about going for extra bases.
He did. I mean, he
almost
got
cost
pretty
him.
far. Almost, God, I'd say a third down the line between the bases. But regardless, single for Ben Vaughn, first hit of the day for the Raiders, and it's going to be Luke Wagner trying to capitalize. Culp tries to pick it off, unsuccessful this time. Wagner so far this season, 250 average, was named honorable mention last season by the BCIAA. Culp the pitch, fastball into center field, and he's going to track it down. Hair on there. Nice contact off the bat. Nice angle on it, but just not enough on it. And now 2 outs in the inning, and much different spot for Twin Valley. And I'm guessing Culp wasn't particularly looking for anything in the air. Would have preferred something on the ground, but regardless, 2 outs. Matthew Knight, the senior, is at the plate. Another pickoff attempt. He's going to be safe at first. And that could be a result of Vaughn being a pretty solid base runner. Not be surprised if they send him here. Tries again.
Very close.
I believe that's his 3rd pickoff attempt on Vaughn. And I don't think there are any rules so far that limit that.
Do you think that ever will come into play?
Possibly. Fastball delivered for a strike, 0-1. I would not be surprised. It's very simple to put in.
Yeah.
Knight, 751 OPS this season. He's hitting 7th in the lineup. Umpire takes time again. So Knight hitting 7th to Rocco and Zidmal to follow. And then Moser at the top of the lineup. They're going to give Culp a new ball on the mound. It's an 0-1 count. 2 outs in the top of the 2nd inning. Culp getting ready. Long windup. He's going. Herbine down and caught stealing. Vaughn's gone down, and that's going to end the inning. Close play, but ultimately goes in favor of the Bulldogs. We are headed to the bottom of the 2nd. A great throw by Tyler Herbine.
Yeah, that was perfect.
It was. Vaughn had stolen many bags this season. Gets a little dirty on that play. Could not avoid the tag. So we will see the Bulldogs in the bottom half of the inning. A hit for both teams in their prior, how should I say? Twin Valley gets a hit at the plate Wilson had in the bottom of the first, but neither of them are able to capitalize. So we will see Wilson again in the bottom of the second inning. Thank you again for listening. We will see you then. Bottom of the second and sinking spring. And something I noticed when you're looking out there, Ben Vaughn just ended the inning, got caught stealing. Nice throw by Herbine, but he's still very dirty. Not in many scenarios would you see a guy who had just dove in and dived in second. Has dirt all over him now. He's ready to deal on the mound. And the pitch, a fastball delivered to Alex Ernesto, trying to get something started for the Bulldogs. Ernesto this season, 289 hitter. Fastball low, Ernesto's in front of it, 2 strikes now. Ernesto, the senior, went 1 for 3 against Fleetwood to the right side. Delivered 4 now, high throw, but it's in there. Nice play by Majeski at shortstop, the sophomore for the Raiders. And it's a quick first out. Vaughn gets the 2 strike count quickly and puts the pressure on Ernesto. Weak contact and not much of a concern. Tim Langle's going to be at the plate for the Bulldogs now. Langle hitting .279 this season, sees a fastball, 0-1 count. Sophomore, 1 for 2 against Fleetwood, had an RBI, also got hit and stole base, so kind of a little bit of everything for him. Langle pops it up, Vaughn chasing it behind the catcher.
That was impressive.
That was a very, very high effort play by Vaughn. Covered a lot of ground on that one.
Yeah, it almost looked like catcher couldn't see it, and then he just came running in
Yeah,
there.
I don't think most catchers want to be catching one directly above their head.
Yeah.
It's not ideal for anyone.
Yeah.
But for Vaughn to just come in there and
Yeah, he's got some wheels.
get the pressure off his shoulder. So ball on the outside is to Nick Heron. Heron's playing center field today. .350 average in 25 plate appearances so far. And he's going to hit it, pops it up into center field. There's 3 guys chasing it, but it's ultimately going to be the center fielder, Matthew Knight, who's going to track it down and end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders, and we will see you in the top of the 3rd inning. Quick game.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say, last game we did here, that game took forever. It seems like this one's moving.
Scoreless ball game, and Culp returning to the mound to see this Twin Valley offense. You're listening to the Student Sportscast presented by Adam Cook Journalism. I'm Adam Cook. To my right is Carson Satizan, the senior from Conrad Weiser. Appreciate you coming along with me today.
Yeah, no
Also, I
problem.
wanted to give a shout out to the Lutz family from Exeter, good friends of ours. They do run the Lutz Funeral Home. This stream would simply not be possible without them. We have a little hotspot connection given to us by them, so we appreciate that. So Culp is going to see Matthew Knight, delivers a strike early. Another fastball. Knight makes contact, drives it out into left field, and it falls for a hit. Single by Matthew Knight, and the Raiders in business early to start this third inning. So just to talk about the connection a little bit more, something cool about our broadcast, completely remote, no power, no Wi-Fi needed for this. So I think that's pretty awesome. Tried that out. This is our third broadcast. We're supposed to have a fourth to start the season at Governor Mifflin. That inevitably fell through. Some technical difficulties we couldn't get past, but everything's figured out. Everything's been going great, and we appreciate you all for listening. So, Culp, another pickoff attempt, but it's not going to get Knight, who's back standing.
Yeah, you got a good setup going here.
It is very nice. It is very nice. Thank you to everyone, including, parents, family, friends who've supported this. Bunt popped up to third base and caught, not what you're looking for. Ernesto there easily to make the catch, and that's the first out of the inning. Could have been a nice situation for that bunt, but not quite there. Could be Cooper Zidmal at the plate trying to add something on Cole. Maybe looking for a double play ball here. Would be a quick inning. Checks his swing, goes through. 0-1 count. Zidmal, he wears number 2, 179 average this season, but on the mound has a 0.78 ERA. Could make his way on the mound today, not exactly sure. Fastball low, 1-1 count. Actually, I don't see him coming on the mound. He did throw 5 innings on Monday, so probably not.
Still trying to rest up a bit.
Yes, for sure. It's always a good thing for pitchers to get their proper rest. Breaking ball, down for a ball, 2-1 count. Knight at first base, a pretty substantial lead. Pretty substantial secondary lead. Not much off of first base, but he pops off. Zidmal swinging at a high fastball, 2-2 count, 1 out. Tie ball game, 0-0 on the top of the third. Culp trying to get his second out of the inning. Picks off to Hunsiker. It's a little high. Hunsiker not able to apply the tag low. I mean, that is kind of how things work. If it's high, you can't apply it low. So, Culp's working on a 2-2 count. Plays the fastball by him for strike 3. Second out of the inning for Ben Culp.
When they throw it over there, if that first baseman doesn't make some of those catches, that'll smoke a guy right in the head.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's good they have fences.
Yeah.
I've not seen any come towards us. Did have a few in our first game.
Yeah. And it was really windy, so you never knew where it was going.
Off speed, low. Delivers for ball 1. It's the top of the lineup. Grant Moser at the plate for the Raiders. So working with 2 outs now. Knight did single into right field, and Moser gets that one blazed by him. 1-1 count. Culp. 4 strikeouts so far today. Keeps delivering down the middle of the plate. Gets Moser looking. 1-2 count now.
That was a beautiful pitch.
It's a great one. Had a little bit of movement, but still in there pretty quick. Culp in his windup delivers. High fastball swung on for strike 3. Oh, foul tip. Foul tip. Excuse me on that one.
I thought he swung and missed it too.
It definitely looked like a swing and a miss, but no, I guess it was fouled behind the plate. So he's going to stay alive. Inning is not over. Moser trying to extend things for the Raiders. And the pitch. Fouled off again behind the batter's eye. 1-2 count. Nice showing for both teams today.
Beautiful day to come out and watch a
for
ball game.
Sure. Culp. Breaking ball down the middle, freezes Moser at the plate, and that is strike 3. So that's going to be the third out of the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the inning. Tie ball game at 0 apiece, and we will see you then. Raiders dealing in the bottom of the third inning. It's the Bulldogs who are going to be hitting. We have a couple of scores from around the league that we want to talk about. A few big matchups of interest to both teams. Well, not necessarily. This Governor Mifflin team, definitely each, Wilson not wanting them to take a victory. So it's Governor Mifflin 1, Exeter 0, and they are in the bottom of the second, and actually Governor Mifflin has the bases loaded. And also looking at some more Berks action, it's Berks Catholic at Hamburg, and that is still tied in the bottom of the fourth. That one going by quickly as well. So 1-1 count now to Stanley Mowry, and now it's going to be 1-2. He's swinging.
You know, speaking of that Hamburg game, have you ever been to Hamburg's field?
I have. Not their baseball field.
Oh, okay.
I've been to their turf.
They have a
Rushes
nice,
him off on the fastball, 2-2 count.
They have a nice field for baseball.
Their facilities are pretty nice. They have they had the county soccer championships there a couple years back. Fouled off to the right side. He's staying alive, 2-2 count. Vaughn staying on the mound. He's looking to go the distance for the Raiders today. As we were talking about earlier, had a complete game shutout in his last outing. Breaking ball delivered to Mowry to the right side, and the second baseman is going to be there to make the play. And kind of an interesting play. Again, kind of like we saw earlier with Vaughn coming behind home plate to make the play. It's the second baseman.
He might have just had a better angle on it.
Zidmal. Yeah, it's Zidmal that's kind of rushing in to get there. So that's going to be the first out of the inning, as we said. To the right side of the field, and that's a quick one. Cole Lavin gets on for the Bulldogs. A single just ripped into right field on a liner. No doubt about that one, that was going to be in for a hit. Mowry's flyout, no concern for the Bulldogs as Cole Lavin adds on. And now we're at the top of the lineup. It's going to be Jack Gable, the shortstop. Fastball delivered for a strike, 0-1 count. Gable did ground out in the first inning. Fouls it off. Looked like it may have been off of his foot, but to the left side. Either way, 2-strike count. No balls for Gable. Gable again was county all division last season. He's a junior. Delivers it. It's high. It's into center field, and he's under it. Majeski didn't have to move much on that one.
You know, watching these guys pitch, do you have a favorite pitch?
I'm a fastball guy.
I like the 12-6 curve.
That's a good one. It's a very.
I feel like it gets the guy every
very
time.
Effective. but I like a nice bread and butter, you know, mixing two things together. Curveball down the middle of the plate for Marmalejos, who is 0 for 1 as well today with a strikeout in the first inning. Was one of 2 strikeouts delivered by Vaughn today, both of which were in the first inning, and now he's looking for his third 0-2 count on a breaking ball in the dirt swung at by Marmalejos. Got 2 outs, tie ball game at 0. Runner on first, who tries to pick off. Lavin back in time.
I believe Marmalejos was off to an 0-2 start last time he was up too.
Marmalejos hits it in. It's going to fall into left center. And they're going to have a little trouble getting it, and that's going to lead to not only Marmalejos getting in with a double, but Lavin, the plate, he's out! Lavin tries to stretch it into the Bulldogs' first run, but they're going to got him in.
Wow.
Wow, what
that was
a
impressive.
Play at the plate. I believe that was that, I think it was Grant Moser delivering it. It was in shallow left field, delivers it straight in, ignores the cutoff man for the third out. So Marmalejos, I mean, gotta wonder what the rationale behind that was, because it wasn't particularly deep. Marmalejos just, in average, it looked like it could be a single. They bobbled it, a little miscommunication between center and right field, or left field. But regardless, a big play at the plate.
Yeah, huge. Almost had the first score of the game.
Almost, but instead, Bulldogs held hitless. To the top of the 4th we go. Raiders leading off. Ben Culp returns to the mound for the Bulldogs and delivers strike 1. It's a breaking ball. So the Raiders trying to get something going. It's going to be Brody Majeski at the plate. Brushed him off with a fastball inside. 1-1 count. Culp with 5 strikeouts so far today. Wilson not been able to produce much at the plate, but they're not too concerned with Culp pitching how he is now. Majeski fouls it off behind the plate, 1-2 count now. And Culp getting ready for another pitch. He's kind of quick with his windups. It's delivered by Majeski past Ernesto at third base, in for a single. That's the 3rd hit of the day for the Raiders. So similar to last inning, they're going to start with the leadoff single. They were not able to get anything going past that, but it is the start that they'd like. The hitter's going to be Nate Lord, who is hitting third for the Raiders. Has a man on first, no outs, tie ball game at 0. Lord, as we said earlier, hit for the cycle in his last game. 390 hitter, walked in the first inning, was picked off to end it, but has some speed for sure. Culp, getting ready, delivers, breaking ball low, for a ball, 1-0 count. Honsiger doing a good job at holding guys on, just has only been able to pick off one guy, which was, as we said, Lord in the first inning. Fastball a little bit low, but it's called for a strike, 1-1 count. Lord, a big spot here. 1-1. Pickoff attempt, no good. Culp looks him down. The pitch in the dirt, and Herbine not able to find the. Yeah, he just kind of lets it in front. He keeps it in front of him, but it's going to be a wild pitch, and Majeski does move up to second on it. 2-1 count now. A much different spot. No double play balls in effect, and Nate Lord has a runner in scoring position that he can try to drive home. Culp to Lord. Lord into center field, tracking. It's above his head, and he's going to be in for extra bases. Majeski's going home. The throw's in, but it's high. It sails past Herbine. Twin Valley's on the board first today. So, a great piece of hitting by Nate Lord. And it went, Heron tracking it down, just not able to get under it.
It might be a little early, but he does have a walk, single, and then triple. He could be going for it again.
Yeah, he could. I mean, in the fourth inning, though.
Yeah, not much time here, but
yeah, and that walk does kind of hurt his chance. That walk does kind of hurt his chances. But regardless, he's on third base now, actually. So the hitter's going to be Logan Crunkleton, trying to capitalize out on some insurance for the Raiders. Has a man on third, still no outs. And I could not really tell you what happened at the end. It looked like Herbine delivered at third base, but ball just not able to. I mean, that did give Lord an extra base, but 1-1 count now. Culp getting ready in his windup and delivers. Curveball delivered on the inside for a strike, 1-2. Not sure Crunkleton loved that call. Now he's working 1-2. Culp trying to get out of it. No interest in throwing it to Ernesto to try and pick off Lord at third. And he gets ready. Crunkleton to the right side. Hunsaker's got it on one bouncer. Easy out. No temptation by Lord to score. And that's a big first out.
Yeah.
They definitely don't want to let anything get by them. So they're playing up. They're actually playing pretty shallow, the infield.
Yeah, very shallow.
I'm guessing that's to make a play at the plate if it comes to that. So Culp, try to avoid that. Curveball to Vaughn. He's called for a strike. Vaughn, interestingly enough, kind of backed off.
Yeah, I
that
was gonna say
pitch.
it seemed a little inside, but I mean,
We
from
don't-
where we are, we cannot
We
tell.
don't have
so.
great perspective
Yeah.
on that one, but regardless, 1-0 count, or 0-1 count, 1 out. Vaughn checks his swing, it's not going to go. 1-1 now. It looked like a fastball or breaking, something in the dirt. Again, runner on third is going to be Lord. Solid lead for the junior. Vaughn today is 1 for 1, was caught stealing. Of course, has been doing a great job, is not allowed to run on the mound. And we talked about Colt possibly adding on some run support himself, and that's exactly what Vaughn's trying to do for the opposite team. Another pitch there, it's stopped by Herbine. And had he not stopped it there on that bounce, that's definitely
Yeah.
another run.
Uh-huh.
But regardless, nice play by Herbine. Has been great for the Bulldogs behind the plate. 2-1.
Lord on third here is really trolling him. He's just kind of, running, going
Having
back.
fun. Yep. Fastball just on the outside. Believe it's 3-1 now. Yep. And the pitch tipped by Vaughn into the dirt. 3-2, counts full. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is only the second full count of the day.
Yes, I believe
So-
so. Let me check here.
We have
Yep.
in our past broadcasts, we've seen a lot of counts go full, but both pitchers getting outs or the hitters getting on pretty quickly. Fouled off behind the plate again. Just makes a little contact. Probably would have been ball 4, but regardless, Vaughn's going to see the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Yep.
I will say, Wilson, even though they don't play at their high school, this is a very nice field to play at.
Yeah, very nice.
And I bet most of the players would back that sentiment. Full count. Curveball fouled off again. Vaughn looking for his 8th pitch coming up in the at-bat here soon.
Staying alive.
Yes, exactly. And not exactly what Culp wants, and I'm
No,
sure
yeah.
with his, probably stands in around 6'2", 6'3", even 6'4", could be. Does not want to wear his arm out. And it's up the middle. Raiders add on another. It's a single by Van Vaughn. Nothing the Bulldogs can do about that one.
Yep, great hit.
So Vaughn on the 8th pitch of the at-bat stays alive to get an RBI single. And now it's going to be a 2-0 ball game. Yeah, top of the 4th. Some nice, much needed insurance for Twin Valley because we've seen this a couple of times. Wilson able to add on just whatever they want, and he plunks him. It's Luke Wagner gets a free base on the first pitch. Hit by a fastball, not on the ground at all.
Didn't seem like it hurt him much.
Shrugs it off. And since he is the catcher, he is going to have a courtesy runner. Not going to have he might have a little bruise on the back, but he's not going to have to run with it. And they're going to have a talk with Culp now. Culp, not as effective as he has been for the first 3 innings. Struggling now in the 4th. This is the second time up for most of these hitters. It's going to be Matt Knight at the plate, singled in the 3rd inning. So now, in contrast, we had Majeski, who hit 2nd in the 1st, led off the 4th. Now we have a guy that led off the 3rd. Now he's hitting in the 4th.
Yep.
They've been getting down this line. This is the 6th batter for the Raiders so far this inning. And I'm not saying that an RBI double to score 2 would put this away, but
It'd be hard to come
with,
back.
With the way that Vaughn's dealing, it would be very hard. Wilson could end it on a double play ball. They have runners on first and second, so could make a play at any base. Culp delivers a fastball right by him. First strike of the at-bat. 1 out so far this inning. Again, 0-1 count to Knight. Knight gets on the bases just over 40% of his at-bats. In the dirt, no temptation, but it's going to get just by Herbine, enough to advance the runners. Now there's 2 in scoring position, no double play ball, and that's big. And it's not even that Herbine really let it get by him too much, just to his right, and it's enough to advance Vaughn and Wagner.
Yep, just enough time there for him to move up a base.
Culp, fastball blazed by him, 1-2 count. Didn't even really blaze it by him. Just kind of sat and watched it. Excuse me, the runner on second is not going to be Luke Wagner. As we said, he got courtesy run for. It's number 31, Luke Raines, the sophomore. Culp. Swinging, but it gets by Herbine. And that's another run. And it's a strike 3, drop third strike. And not what they want there. Knight is on first base via the drop third. And Twin Valley adds on a 3rd run this inning. And
good heads-up play.
It looked like a fastball just got under Herbine and scored. So that scores Vaughn. Advances Raines. Nice pickoff move. Tries for 3rd and then goes back to first, but it's not going to be good. 1 out. 1st and 3rd for the Raiders. The hitter is going to be Nate DeRocco. Flew out in the 3rd inning. Culp delivers. Some action on first by Knight, but he's not going to go. 1-0 count. Fastball was high. Culp getting ready. Delivers. And that's in for the first strike. The at-bat fouled off to the left side. 1-0 count. And Bulldogs have some bullpen action now. Wonder if they have a special name for the bullpen since they're the Bulldogs. Would be cool. So it's Caden Ballas warming up for Wilson. Breaking ball in the dirt. Herbine's in front of it, but it's going to be a ball 2-1 now. We will see how much longer that they keep Culp in for. I'm assuming he will finish the 4th unless the Raiders add on another run or 2. Not sure if he'll see the 5th. Culp delivers fastball, frame nice by Irvine. 2-2 now. Blaze it by him. Velo's still up, wouldn't you say?
What was that?
Velo's still up, wouldn't you say?
Yep, yeah.
So 1 out, 2-2 count. A big pitch. Except he's not going to pitch it. He's going to pick it off, not successful. Successful on one of his many pickoff attempts was in the 1st inning to end it. And now, Culp looks at 3rd, gets a look at 1st. Now he's going to pitch. Breaking ball hammered into left center, and it's going to get by him. That's another run. Mowry just not able to get in front of it, and now there's runners on 2nd and 3rd. Not sure exactly what you'd score that. I'd call that an error, but subjective. Scores are always a little strange, and now it's going to be a 4-0 ball game. A huge inning for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And they're not done yet.
No. There's only one out.
Only one out.
Only one out.
All of this with one out. Remember, second and third now. DeRocco, E7 on that play. And just buy him to the wall. No issue getting to second. And I think Knight was tempted to go home, but just did not bite. Breaking ball in for strike number 1 of this at-bat. It's going to be Cooper Zidmal. Struck out in the third inning. Culp delivers. Fastball into left field. Mowry tracking it under it. And it's going to be enough to score the runners. 5-0 ball game. Sac fly well deep. Zidmal drives in the 5th of the inning for Twin Valley. And back at the top of the lineup, it's going to be Grant Moser, the only Raider. So now all 9 Raiders have seen the plate. 2 outs now for Culp, which is nice. DeRocco does advance to third. That is their sole runner currently. Knight was in to score. Swinging at the first.
Got the umpire there on that one.
Did. He looks to be all right.
Yeah. Just walked it off.
1 strike count. Yep. Culp still in the game. They do have Ballast still warming up in the pen. Again, 2 outs. And as we're saying, a 5-run deficit for Wilson. Not unbearable, but it's going to be tough.
Yep,
against
it'll
Vaughn.
definitely be tough.
So we will have to see how they do. Culp delivers just outside 1-1. A long inning for sure.
Yeah.
Like to see how long we've been going. We've been live for just over an hour. So Moser fouls it off behind the batter's eye. It's a 1-2 count, 2 outs. Culp trying to end this inning.
I'm just waiting for one of these fouls to hit a car.
Thankfully,
Or maybe not, because
thankfully the lot's a little far away. Culp. Fastball right down the middle, gets him frozen, and that's the 3rd strike of the inning. But Twin Valley, a heck of an inning. 5 runs on many hits, and not the turn of events that the Bulldogs were looking for. But we will see how they respond in the bottom of the 4th. Thank you again for listening to the Student Sportscast. A long inning for us, but we have a lot more baseball to play. We will see you then. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning, or little score bug's wrong. We will fix that shortly. Bottom of the fourth inning. Bulldogs at the plate. It's going to be Christo Hunsaker, who sees a strike early. It's going to be now a ball, 1-1 count. Hunsaker today, the one of 2 hits for the Bulldogs, was a nice double into left center. Strike delivered, a nice fastball right by Hunsaker now. 2-strike count. Vaughn, just 2 strikeouts today so far, has been getting a lot of contact, but not very good contact. Fastball in the dirt, 2-2 count. Sharp down the third base line, but there's the putout. Quick out for Vaughn.
Routine play right there.
Very routine play. Almost too routine. Lord. Just delivers it across the diamond. No concern there. Culp versus Vaughn. Culp pops it up. Is it in play? Yes, it is for Lord. Lord with a nice catch in foul territory. Almost out of play, but that's the second out of the inning. It's a quick one against Ben Culp. Culp now 0 for 2 today. Alex Ernesto led off the second inning with a ground out. Now Vaughn's trying to make him the one who ends the fourth inning. Strike delivered. No temptation by Ernesto. Well, 0-1 count. Fastball in the dirt. 1-1. This would be a huge win for Twin Valley in the league, and it looks like they're good with it now. Lord, who had made the first 2 putouts of the inning, kind of bobbles it there. It leaks into left center, and Bulldogs are on base with 2 outs. Ernesto reaches pretty easily. I believe that it should be an E5. Could be wrong. Fastball delivered to Tim Langle. Langle 0 for 1 today as well. Flew out in the second. Langle 279 hitter this season. 1 strike. Now he's got 2. Swinging at a ball in the dirt. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Can Vaughn get out of this unscathed? Again, Twin Valley leads 5-0. He has the support. Can he finish this great outing? Obviously, we won't know for a couple innings, but 1-2 count now. Ball in the dirt. Can he keep it scoreless, should I say? Langle down the right field line, and he's there to track it. Vaughn's out of it. The air is not too much for him.
Quick inning there.
It was a very quick inning.
Well,
Toronto tracks it
other
down,
than the
chasing it on the line.
top of the inning was pretty.
Yeah, not a quick top of the inning, but Wilson goes down, scoreless, and now Twin Valley trying to add on to their 5-0 lead in the top of the 5th. We will see you then. Top of the 5th, Raiders trying to add on. We have a new pitcher. It's going to be number 22, Caden Ballas. Kind of a funky delivery if you see that, Carson. Not completely sidearm, but it's unique. So 0-1 count. The hitter is going to be. Woo! That ball came right towards us. Wow, that was scary. Brady Majeski is going to be the hitter. Almost just killed us.
Yeah, almost landed right in your lap.
1-1 count on that foul ball. So,
You could have called it. You played ball.
Could have. I catch with my right hand. I would have had to backhand it. It's hit to Marmoleos. He bobbles it. Majeski's on first base with a, I guess you'd call that an E4.
Yeah, just couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
right
not
there.
quite. So, big break for the Raiders, trying to get something going once again. Again, scored 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning. So, we were interrupted by the hit and the pop fly. Ballas, 0.84 ERA in 6 appearances this season. So, definitely a guy you want coming in for relief innings to kind of eat away and keep this, kind of limit the damage. So,
Yeah.
1-0 count. The hitter's going to be Nate Lord. Had it an RBI double to put the Raiders on the board, and he hits it deep into right. He makes the play.
Impressive catch.
A nice catch by Tim Langle in right. He hit that hard.
Yeah.
He hit it far.
Oh, yeah.
From
That's
here,
how almost every single hit
it
he's
kind
had.
of looked like it may go out, but not quite. He had a walk and a nice
Very nice triple.
extra base hit today. So he flies it out first out of the inning. It's a big one. And now it's going to be Logan Crunkleton. The lefty digs in. Crunkleton 0 for 2 today with a grounder and a strikeout, trying to change that up a little bit. Has a 1-0 count working in favor of him. Ballas delivers the pitch. It is into left field. Falls in. And another single for the Raiders. And runners on first and second. Crunkleton just got a little piece of that. Delivers it into left field. Mowry playing a little too far back to make the catch. Now, something I find interesting is that Majeski, it was a hit and run situation, or at least he was trying to steal. But if Mowry was shaded in a little more shallow, that could have been an open play ball. To be fair, delivering it from left field to first base, not an easy feat. But 1 out. Runners on first and second. Ballas brushes Vaughn off the plate a little bit. Vaughn, 2 singles so far today. Had an RBI in the 4th inning. Ballas brushed off again. 2-0. Now, what I find interesting, Vaughn at the plate has scored more runs than he's allowed today.
Yeah. Oh.
Popped up kind of our way again, but it's in foul territory. And it's in play. Ernesto makes the catch. Not much of an issue with that one. It's going to be second out of the inning. A big one for Ballas. So now they can tag any bag. They're shifting. They were shifted up a little bit. Now they're shifted back in the infield. Luke Wagner was plunked in the last inning. Kind of comes in on him again. Ballas delivering his fastball, trailing inside on a lot of pitches so far that we've seen. 1-0 count. And the pitch, 2-0. Not sure where that was. Again, I don't really have the angle on it. Could have been outside. Could have been inside. Who knows? Either way, calls it a ball. It's a ball. And that's there's some egregious calls, but if one umpire zone is just slightly different than another, who cares? It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Gotta respect it.
You gotta adjust to their.
3-0 count. Wagner trying to reach base for the second inning in a row. 2 outs. It's just 1 ball away from doing it. Culp ended his day with 6 strikeouts. Ballas without any so far. Delivers a strike. No temptation from Wagner to swing. 3-1 count. And he delivers. Fastball. It's ball 4. And bases are juiced for Matt Knight coming to the plate. Now, Knight did strike out in the 4th, but if you can recall, drop third strike
Oh yeah. Yep.
gets him on base. So I don't know exactly how they rule that in the scorebooks. I've never seen one in the scorebooks because it's not something that happens very often. You always see the guy run, but it less than, I'd say, maybe 10% of the time it actually works out.
Yeah.
Wagner draws a walk, so now it's Knight with a 1-0 count. Sees a fastball low. Knight. We contact down the left side, and it's foul. 1-1 is the count. Ballas trying to get out of it unscathed. Strike 2 on a foul ball. Knight a little frustrated with himself, trying to drive in some more runners. Big pitch coming up here on a 1-2 count. Knight digs in. Here's Ballas on the mound. He winds up. He pitches, and it's way high. 2-2. Maybe not as big of a pitch as I thought it would be. It's okay, though. A little bit of a breeze coming in now. I think everyone can appreciate it. Now, it's a fastball high and outside, 3-2 count. Now, this is a big pitch, unless he were to foul it off. Which is probably going to happen. Is it? Nope, it doesn't. He walks in a run. Knight battles down 1-2, draws the walk and the RBI. It's a 6-0 ball game. Two walks in a row issued by Ballas on the mound. And DeRocco into left center. It's going to fall. That's going to score 2 runners. And an RBI double makes it an 8-0 ball game in favor of green and white.
Didn't take long for him to hit something.
It did not. DeRocco on the first pitch, a clutch 2-run double. 3 runs this inning, 5 in the prior. And this is exactly what you want. Cooper Zidmal at the plate now. Did score a run in the 4th via sac fly. Sees a strike to make it an 0-1 count early. 2 outs.
You know, I was looking around to see how many fans were here, and it's amazing how many are behind home plate.
Yeah, especially when there's kind of a little bit of a
like a
screen
blocker,
that's preventing you from seeing it. And now, we are just 2 runs away from a mercy rule situation. If Zidmal can drive both in here, and Vaughn, there's a possibility if Vaughn keeps him scoreless and Zidmal drives him in here with 2 outs, this could be a mercy rule. Herbine looks like he's changing out his glove behind the mound, or behind the plate. Very pleasantly surprised with this Twin Valley offense.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been playing a really good game.
Not that I thought they were bad. I knew the Twin Valley going into this game that the Twin Valley team would be very good, but 8 runs against this Wilson team, very impressive. Zidmo delivers it to Gable. Gable's gonna make the throw to Hunsaker, and that's gonna end the inning. But 3 more runs for Twin Valley, and we are headed to the bottom of the 5th. A must score inning for Wilson. We will see you then. Ben Vaughn continues to deal for Twin Valley on the mound. No reason to pull him whatsoever. He's allowed no runs so far, and behind him, Twin Valley's rallied for 8 runs. So, strike 1 is delivered to the hitter. It is going to be Nick Herron. And right to the shortstop, a diving play, and that's a very, very impressive play by Brody Majeski. I mean, not a quick dive, but had to lay out to get low enough to just even catch that.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
So, very good one. Gets Heron out on the second pitch of the at-bat. Stanley Mowry now up, and Bulldogs some more bullpen action. It's going to be number 13. That is Alex Ernesto. We could see him as early as the top of the 6th. Mowry today so far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Sees a strike, 0 and 1. Fastball delivered. Doesn't clip the plate, 1 and 1. Mowry so far, he's a senior. This is his 22nd plate appearance and blazes that pitch by him. 2 and 2 count. Is it 1 and 2 or 2 and 2?
2 and 2.
Okay. Because the scoreboard's saying 2 and 2, but
Yeah.
for some reason I second guess myself. 3 and 2 counts full. In this past inning or two, we've seen a lot more disciplined at bats.
Yeah.
3 and 2, another full count. I believe it's the 4th or 5th we've seen today. Foul tip, not caught by the catcher, and it's gonna stay full 3 and 2. Catcher, of course, for the Raiders is Wagner. And swinging at a fastball in the dirt. Out number 2 gets him on the full count strikeout. 4th strikeout of the day so far for Vaughn. His first since the 3rd inning when he got Marmoleos down on strikes. And Lavin, the 9th hitter for the Bulldogs, trying to get something going with 2 outs. Sees a breaking ball high, gets him jammed, and he's going to foul it off. Carson, what do you think the best season for sports is?
Best season?
for high school sports.
I'd say spring.
I like it too. Lavin hits it into right center, and it's going to fall for hit. Single by Lavin keeps the Bulldogs alive, and they're trying to get something on the board in the bottom of the fifth, and they need it desperately. We're at the top of the lineup. It's going to be Jack Gable. Gable 0 for 2 so far today. He'll be followed by Marleos, Hunsaker, and Culp, if they were to get there. Vaughn is looking to hopefully just end it here on this at-bat. Wagner stops a fastball in the dirt from getting by him, and it's going to be a 1-0. Vaughn getting ready. And the pitch. Breaking ball just a little outside, 2-0. Fastball ripped down the third baseline. It's in for another single. Bulldogs in business in the bottom of the fifth inning. Gable, nice piece of hitting there. A
Solid contact.
much needed single makes him 1 for 3 on the day.
They got to make something happen here.
Vaughn so far, 64 pitches today. Fastball, or no, that had a little break to it. Marmolejo swinging at it, 0-1. Big shout out to Game Changer for some of these stats, as well as Max Preps. Both great websites for high school athletes. And we contact up to second, but there's the out. It's the third out of the inning, and Vaughn gets out of it unscathed. 2 out singles by Lavin and Gable, but not too much to handle. So we are headed to the top of the 6th inning. Twin Valley could put it away if they score another 2, and then Vaughn continues dealing. I know Vaughn, after getting a complete game shutout in his last outing, he's definitely able to go to the distance, but
Yeah, he's pitching a really good game so far.
would rather, maybe he wants to cut his outing a little, an inning short if he could, but we will see. And Ballas does ultimately return to the mound, and we will see you for the advent of the 6th inning here in Sinking Spring. We appreciate all of you listeners of the Student Sportscast. Just a few guys trying to have fun in high school, make a name for themselves broadcasting. So we appreciate it. We will see you then. Ballas returns to the mound, delivers a ball to the leadoff hitter, Grant Moser. It's 1-0. Ballas, another strike, or first strike of the inning, should I say, 1-1. Moser today has struck out 3 times, trying to get something going. Moser rips it into center field. It falls, no doubt about that one. Definitely a single. So, Moser, his first hit of the day, first time reaching base. And a bit of a contrast in this next hitter. It's Brody Majeski, sorry. Majeski has reached base in the past 2 innings, reached via single in the 4th, and on an error by the second baseman, Marmolejo's, in the 5th. And it looks like we may have some bullpen action. We'll keep you updated on that one. for the Raiders, which is interesting. Ballas delivers a strike and then follows it with a ball on the inside. It's a 1-1 count. Fastball down the left field line, just foul. Stayed just in fair play until it bounced left of the third base bag, and a little unlucky, but he's staying alive. It's either 2-1 or 2-2. I believe it's 2-2. Pickoff move to first, unsuccessful. It's first today for Ballas. And he delivers fastball behind the batter's eye. Now it's definitely 2-2. Lord, Crunkleton, and Vaughn will follow. There's still no outs in the inning. Runner on first is Moser. Caden Ballas steps off. Trying to extend this game forward. Wilson. Fastball high. 3-2. It's full. .545 here in Sinking Spring. It's been an hour and a half of play. Well, it did start a few minutes early. Freezes him on a breaking ball for strike 3. First out of the inning for Ballas and a big one. Jeske down on strikes. Lord will follow. Lord, we have been talking about his cycle a little bit. So definitely proving that he has the power. He did hit the long ball in that game against Wyomissing. Would be nice to hit one, put Twin Valley double digits here. We will see what he does against Ballas. Lord, into right field, falls for another single. And Twin Valley just teeing it up. A ton of really nice contact, so. Ninth hit of the day for the Raiders. Not sure exactly what approach they're having to be so consistent at the plate, but whatever it is, it's working. Logan Crunkleton at the plate. The lefty hits it into left field, opposite field, and Mowry's under it to make the catch. And it's is it the second out of the inning?
Yep.
Yep, second out of the inning. So one pitch, one fly out by Crunkleton and Ben Vaughn. The pitcher has a pair of singles today, trying to extend this Raiders lead. Fastball high, not going to swing it at 1-0. He gets ready. The pitch. Fastball down the middle of the plate, 1-1 count. Ballas in his windup, delivers. Fouled off his foot, 1-2 count now. Vaughn this season has reached base in just under 30% of his at-bats, or plate appearances, should I say. 2-2 count. Two outs after, and then again, as we said, 2-2 count after that ball. Fastball not quite framed there by Herbine. It's going to be full again. Second of this inning where we see it go the distance. And Ballas looking to end it here. Vaughn trying to extend this inning. And the pitch. It's high. Bases are juiced once again. Vaughn draws a walk. Wagner's up with 2 outs.
This is your ducks on the pond or whatever you were
Ducks
saying
on the
last
pond.
time?
Yes. Did I ever tell you about the hat that I
Yeah,
got?
you did, yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that's how I connected
Well,
it.
because you asked me if I ever heard of it, and I said no. And my cousin was listening, and I took a little bit of heat because he said I should know what that is. So.
Wagner sees a fastball for strike one, 0-1 count. Baseball slang, you just got to be part of the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know it, sometimes you don't. It's all right. 1-1 count, too. It's a high fastball. 2 outs. Raiders lead 8-0. Ballas, fastball over to Ernesto at third. He's not going to tag the base. He's going to throw it over to Hunsaker, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. But no runs on a couple of hits for the Raiders. Just not able to drive him in. So we will go the full 7, and we will see the Bulldogs once again at the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning. A beautiful day in Sinking Spring. Sun starting to set. Got some planes flying overhead. Kind of forget that we are pretty close to the Reading Regional Airport.
Yeah.
It's a place you want to be on a beautiful Wednesday like this.
The baseball game or Reading Regional Airport?
What?
Reading Regional Airport or the baseball game?
I mean, I wouldn't want to be at the Reading Regional Airport. Maybe I'd want to go somewhere from there.
Like Hawaii.
I don't think you can get to Hawaii from here. Maybe Florida. They do offer that. I think Boscov still offers that package.
Oh, that's right. I just saw Boscov's has like a flying thing.
Talking about a package, this is the complete package at the plate. It's Christo Hunsaker. Hunsaker has an extra base hit today. Of course, a three sports standout athlete committed for baseball. Fastball in the dirt scene for ball 1. Ben Vaughn's still in the game dealing, and I would not be surprised if they keep him in for all 7. Don't want to waste another arm. We'll let Vaughn have some pretty nice rest after this, but could he throw another complete game shutout? We will see. 2-0, another fastball low. Hunsaker, of course, his family, big time in the Reading Phillies. That is what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the
the Howard
blue and red Ryan Howard train jersey. It's a good one. 2-1 count. Hunsaker sees a fastball just on the outside, but catches the zone. Hunsaker, weak contact. Error by the shortstop, just gets under his glove, and Hunsaker is going to be on first base. No outs. Would be a pretty considerable comeback for Wilson if they were to do it here.
Yeah. All it takes is 2 grand slams.
Yeah. Fair point. 8 is less than 9. So Hunsaker on first base. Bulldogs have had a base runner in every inning except the second, but have not scored any of them. Want to know count to Ben Culp, who, oh, excuse me, this is not Ben Culp. It's Reese Stottlemyre now hitting. And I'm not exactly sure what they did to get Stottlemyre in the game. 1-1 count now. He fouls it off behind the plate. I guess they pinch hit for him? And now maybe we'll see some action from, I believe it was Ernesto is going to be in. So they'll have Stottlemyre pinch hitting, I believe, and then Ernesto will come in for the 7th. 3-1 count now. Strike. It looked like Stottlemyre may have wanted to advance on a walk on that. Just does not get the call his way. It's going to be full. No outs. Hunsaker on first. Delivers. Either way, it's going to be a ball. Gets by the catcher, who is Snyder. But it's not going to matter. Hunsaker is going to be on second base either way. 2 runners on. No outs. And at the plate is going to be number 10. That is Austin Snyder. So another guy coming into the game now. Snyder has a little bit of a word with Vaughn there. Snyder, the righty, has been in to pitch a considerable amount for Wilson. Sees a ball on the inside, 1-0, but he will be pinch hitting here for Tim Langle. Actually, excuse me, he's in for Ernesto. Strike on the lower half of the plate, 1-1. So I guess that does make sense now. So Ernesto's now out of the lineup, replaced by Snyder, and then Stottlemyre replaces Culp. And I am interested to see if they do retain the DH spot here. I'm not sure. 2-1 count to Snyder. And no outs. Pickoff move to second base. It's the first we've seen it. We've seen quite a few pickoff moves, none of them to second. Hunsaker back in time, no worries. Vaughn delivers. Curveball, way out of it. Strike number 2. 2-2 count. I'm guessing if they had to do it, they probably did lose the DH spot. Unless I'm mistaken. Vaughn in his windup. The pitch. Driven into left field. It falls for a base hit. And they're going to stop him. They're going to stop Hunsaker at third base. Bases are juiced. It's my new favorite saying.
Juiced.
Not like Barry Bonds. Not in the same way. Just a good opportunity. Now, who am I kidding? Barry Bonds just a nice balanced breakfast.
Yeah.
Runners. Ducks on the pond. Runners have loaded the bases for Vaughn with no outs. This has been Wilson's best chance by far today.
You know, Grand Slam would do it.
A Grand Slam
Well,
would make
at least
this
get him
an
closer.
interesting game. So, the batter will be Langle. No pinch hitters this time. Carson, speaking of that whole juice thing, this has been a conversation that people have had. Very unrelated to this game. Do you think LeBron James is on anything?
Yes. He's
Do
on
you have
major
any-
steroids.
Do you have an issue with that?
I do.
Interesting.
I'm not a big LeBron guy.
Interesting. Tim Langle.
Also, his son does not deserve to be in the league.
All right, Tim Langle down the right field line, but it's foul. Swinging at that first pitch, makes contact, but just not quite there. 0-1. Bulldogs have had a fair share of hits, just unable to score anyone, let alone advance many of them. Fastball on the outside, 1-1 count. Again, no outs for Vaughn. Trying to work out of this. And if they were to win 8-0, that's a statement win.
Yeah, that is. It's a huge win.
Not only is that a huge divisional boost, but, league boost.
Yeah.
But 1-2 count. Fastball on the outside, not swung at by Langle. Langle 0 for 2 today so far, looking to not to fall to 0-3. But he is going to. A nice frame by Snyder gets him looking frozen at the third strike fastball. It's going to be the first out of the inning. I believe that's the 5th strikeout of the day for Vaughn. Nick Heron is going to be the hitter. Heron also has flown out twice today. 0 for 2. Now is looking at a curveball called for a strike. 0-1 count. In front of that one. 0-2 count. Vaughn, after loading the bases, has been delivering. And I think this out is huge.
Yeah.
Because after that, you just need one more guy. No sack fly ball if you get this guy out here on a strikeout. Not on this pitch, though. It's 1-2. It's a fastball low in the dirt. Again, 8-0 ball game. Twin Valley scored all those runs in the 4th and 5th innings alone. Wilson has yet to score. Vaughn. Fastball called for strike 3 down the middle of the plate. Second out of the inning for Vaughn. 6th strikeout of the day. And just an out away from leaving this unscathed. And we got another pinch hitter. No surprises here. Mowry is going to be pinch replaced by number 5, Colby Costa-Lake, who has had some considerable time for the ball. And it eats up the first baseman. First baseman Crunkleton. And the Air is going to score a pair of Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs finally have scored a run. So it's an 8-2 ball game. Bases loaded situation. Vaughn very close to working out of it. I doubt those runs are going to be counted as earned. Just because if Crunkleton were to make that play, that's the 3rd out of the inning. And there's a nice hit by Levin down the left field line, and it's going to leak through. It's going to be a single, and it's going to load the bases once again, and with 2 outs. Not much temptation for Snyder to move up and score. It's a good decision. We did see earlier with the play at the plate that there's a nice cannon in left field in Grant Moser, and Jack Gable at the top of the lineup. It's going to hit that to third base. That's the third out of the inning, and not much of a pretty easy play to the third baseman. That is going to be Nate Lord, who just steps on the bag and gets out of the inning. But Bulldogs have added on, make it a 6-run ball game. We are headed to the 7th and presumably final inning. We will see. Raiders hitting for what could be their last time at the plate. An interesting turn of events here on the mound for the Bulldogs. It will not be Ernesto on the mound, who was warming up. It is the guy who is just one number below him, number 13, Ernesto, and number 12, Marmoleos. So Ryan Marmoleos takes the mound for the Bulldogs. I'm not completely sure if the sophomore has had an outing so far this year, but regardless, it will be Matt Knight at the plate. Has reached base in every one of his at-bats so far. Has a single, drop third strike, and a walk. So a little bit of a mix of everything. Ryan Marmoleos, in his windup, deals the first pitch. Blaze a fastball by Knight. Strike one. Again, 8-2 ball game. We are in the top of the 7th. Breaking ball. Nice movement on that one. Behind the batter's eye. Fouled off. Second strike. You were talking about 12-6 curveball. It's a pitch you like.
Yeah.
So it looked like it had similar movement. I'm not sure exactly what kind of horizontal movement it had. Nice break, though. And not sure what happened there. It looked like he foul tipped it into the catcher's glove, but I guess it fell. So, regardless, 2-strike count. Beautiful breaking ball. Gets Knight swinging. He's in front of him. That's the third strike of the at-bat. And first strikeout for Marmoleos. One out here in the top of the 7th inning. Knight is down. Rocco will follow, followed by Zidmel, Moser, and Majeski. Marmoleos in his windup delivers. Fastball just a little low. 1-0 count. This game, I believe, will keep, no matter how it ends, will keep both teams in their respective spots in the division. 2-0 count now. It was a fastball on the outside. So Wilson, it does not look so good for them, but there's not much fear. They will stay behind Governor Mifflin either way. And Exeter not looking so good in their matchup last time I checked. So even if they did, Wilson does have the advantage with both wins over them. And a 4-pitch walk to DeRocco, and he's on base easily. Just fastball's not exactly hitting the zone, and it's going to hurt Marmoleos there. But hopefully Zidmel, he's hoping that Zidmel grounds out here. Zidmel trying to add on a couple more runs. Zidmel shows bunt, tries to pick off at first. It's not going to be good. And on the another look at things, Twin Valley looking good in this one. could improve to 6-3 in the league, which would be a full game ahead of Fleetwood. Currently, their lead is just half a game. 0-1 count, delivers a fastball on the outside. Delivers another one, swinging at that one, 1-1 now. To Zidmel. Zidmel has not reached base today. Did have a sac fly in the 5th inning. To this 4th inning. Curveball just breaks inside, 2-1 count. Marmoleos getting ready, delivers fastball, fouled off behind the batter's eye, 2-2 count. Again, just 1 out in this inning. Fourth through this inning have not been so friendly to the Bulldogs, but they were able to get out of it unscathed in the 6th. And they did put up 2 in the bottom of the inning. It was nice. Fastball low. Herbine. So the ball bounces and some action at first base by Duraco. Herbine tries to pick him off, but it's no good. Very close play, though. Duraco got off more than I think he wanted to. Duraco another large secondary lead. Fastball in the inside. It's going to be ball 4. Zidmel draws a walk. Runners on first and second. We're to the top of the lineup again. It's Grant Moser who singled in the 6th inning. The corners are shifted in. Second and short playing at a normal distance. Strike 1 is delivered to Moser. It's a fastball down the middle. Marmoleos, a nice breaking ball, just does not catch the zone. 1-1 count. Moser did strike out 3 times earlier in this game. 2 for 5 performance, not too shabby at all. Marmoleos. Curveball, he will not be going 2 for 5. But this ball does fall somehow. Gable just not able to track it in the sun. And they call infield fly. An interesting call here. They call infield fly on him. Runners are on first and third. The ball was in the grass. But
yeah, I don't know what that.
But they're saying because Gable could have gotten to it, and Gable does let it fall. It did let it fall, just could not track it. That because of that, it was an infield fly. So an interesting decision there. Instead of base load, it's going to be runners on the corners. And it's going to be 1-0 to Majeski. Fouls it off right to Herbine, but it's going to be foul. 1-1. Twin Valley definitely not happy with that call. Not sure I saw the vision. Kind of getting flashbacks. Not sure if you'd understand the reference. Braves Cardinals wild card game about a decade ago now. Basically single-handedly decides the game. Zidmel steals second base. No throw down by Irvine, but it's going to be 1-2. Fastball was in there for a strike. Marmoleos trying to end it here. And the pitch. Fastball, it's high, it's fouled off. 1-2, 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position for Majeski. They're both there. He does not have an RBI today so far. He's in front of the breaking ball, called for, swung at for strike 3. That's the 3rd out of the inning, and we are at the bottom of the 7th. It's do or die for the Wilson Bulldogs. So the Raiders opt not to keep Vaughn in to end this game. It's Matthew Knight, the senior, trying to close it out for the Raiders. He has a 6-run cushion. Now, if it was Jordan Romano, this would be pretty easy for the Bulldogs. But Knight has some good stuff. He stands pretty tall as well. Similar frame to Culp, I'd say.
Yeah, very similar.
So Vaughn leaves the game after 6. Had 6 Ks during his time. Did allow a couple of hits, but only allowed 2 runs. I don't believe either of those were earned. And if they were, huge asterisks next to them. So Vaughn, he couldn't quite reach the same level of success as a 7-inning complete game shutout, but nothing to scoff at for sure.
Yeah, he pitched a good game.
For sure. Marmoleos, who just threw a scoreless inning of baseball for the Bulldogs in the top of the 7th inning. He's going to see the plate for them in the bottom of the frame. It's going to be a low fastball, 1-0. Marmoleos today, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Another plane flying above us, 2-0 now. Fastball just, Snyder could not keep it in front of him. Couldn't blame him. Considerably low. Knight in his windup, he kicks and deals. 3-0 count. It's behind the head of. I couldn't quite tell those. It was near the head of Marmoleos.
Yep.
Didn't get him though. And again, same spot, but 4-pitch walk, and the Bulldogs trying to muster up 6 runs. Can they do it? Time will tell. We will see. Marmoleos is on via a base on balls. Christo Hunsaker hitting third. The righty steps in. Fastball blazed in, called for a ball. Not sure where that one was. Again, we have a lack of horizontal vision at the plate. Fastball, again, this time it makes it 1-1 count. Twin Valley trying to close it out here. Has a runner on first, and now that runner will be on second off a wild pitch. That's Marmoleos. So Hunsaker has a guy 90 feet closer now. 2-1 count. Hunsaker is 2 for 3 today. Had a single and a double. That's way up. And another wild pitch. And Marmoleos kind of gets a nice little hook around third base. Not necessarily thinking about going home, but wants to be there if anything transpires at the plate. Did go past Snyder considerably. Hunsaker has the count in his favor. It's 3-1. And now he draws a walk. Second walk of the inning. Knight trying to get his pitches under control. His velo's there, but pitches has delivered just, I believe, 1 strike so far this inning. 9 pitches, 8 balls.
Looks like pitching change maybe here.
I think they're just going to visit with him. Or
they were bringing
you
23
you
up.
might. Yep. You're right. They pull the trigger very quick.
Yeah.
They pull the plug very quick on Knight. Majeski's coming in. We did get a little bit of a listen earlier that told Majeski, get ready. So Majeski's in, Knight's out. Bulldogs have runners on first and second, and they're trying to pull this one back within reach. So we're going to take a short little intermission while he gets ready, and we will see you then. Majeski's in on the mound. He's looking to end this game, but no outs in his favor. Runners on first and third. Hunsker on first, Marmoleos on third. This is his 4th appearance so far. In his prior 3, 5.25 ERA. Has a chat with Snyder, and he's getting ready to go. Excuse me, I've been saying Snyder behind the plate. It's actually Wagner. Apologies for that one. Luke has a chat with the catcher Wagner. Stottlemyre stays in the game to hit. He walked in his first at bat in the 6th. Sees a strike, a fastball, a little low, but called. Stottlemyre, weak contact to second. They're going to go for 2. And they do not turn it. It was close. They got the runner at second. A run does come across the plate. Marmoleos gets there, but Hunsaker's out at second. So Stottlemyre's on via the fielder's choice. Does what he needs to. Definitely, they definitely don't want to be working with an out, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Strike delivered to Austin Snyder, who was also pinch hitting in the 6th. We'll see the plate again this inning. 0-1 count, 1 out. Breaking ball in, called for strike 2. 0-2 count. He's getting ready. The pitch. Fouled off behind the plate. Staying alive. Jeske looking to put away Snyder at the plate. Snyder as in it's the only Snyder on this diamond. Not the one I confused Wagner for. 1-2. Ball goes in the dirt. Fastball. Again, this could be ending on a double play ball. They tried to turn it on Stottlemyre. Just not quite in time. And the pitch. Snyder fouls it off again. 1-2 count. Snyder did throw on Monday against Fleetwood. Just an inning and a third of relief. Does not allow a hit or a run. 2-2 now. Breaking ball goes in the dirt. 1 out. Snyder trying to work his way back in the count. And he makes weak contact up the middle, off the glove. And they're going to turn 1 at first base. Snyder's out. It got off the glove of Majeski. The second baseman, Zedmal, thought about, there was a possibility of turning 2 if you would have tugged the runner and then thrown it to first, but that's just a hard play.
Yeah, it would have been.
That's a hard play.
It would have. Yeah.
It's a hard play at any level.
Would have had to be so quick with it.
But Regardless, 2 outs. Exactly what Twin Valley's looking for. Could end this game right here. The batter is Langle. Sees a strike. It's a fastball down the middle. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Twin Valley does have some more bullpen action in case they were to need it. Langle fouls it off to the right side, just shy of a single ripped there. But it's a 2-strike count. 2 outs. Now, Bulldogs down to just their final strike. Brody Majeski, the sophomore, trying to put it away. Throws it in the dirt. It's going to get by. And it's going to advance the runner, Stottlemyre, to third base. Number 3 on third.
This has to be the most stressful situation to be in. Last
At
out,
the
2
plate,
strikes.
yeah.
I've been in this situation in a wiffle ball game, and it's not fun.
No, not at all. I will say, I'm not a very clutch wiffle ball player today.
I've actually started playing blitzball now.
Oh, me too. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Breaking ball. Jams him to third, to first. Not going to make the play.
Couldn't transfer it from his
Could
glove to
not
his hand.
transfer it properly. Lord tries to get it out, just doesn't even attempt the throw. And that is going to score Stottlemyre. Bulldogs still with some life here. It's an 8-4 ball game now. I would probably call that an infield single. Did
Yep.
get down the line pretty quickly. And it's by him. Runner in scoring position is Langle, and another wild pitch. Wagner just not able to get in front of it. Couldn't blame him much for it. It's 1-0. 2 outs, and we have another substitution. Number 25 now. It's Gabe Spohn. Spohn, a guy we're talking about a little bit before the game. 1-1 now is the count. 2 outs. Spohn this season, he had 2 walks on Monday, 368 average, 797 OPS. A little surprised that he's not been getting some more playing time. Spohn to the left side. It's going to leak through for a single. And they're going to hold up Langle at third, but Spohn keeps the Bulldogs alive. So, big pinch hit for Heron. Now it's going to be, well, it's Kostelaic, who is in for his second at-bat of the day after coming in for Mowry. Kostelaic, anything to keep it alive. Majeski takes a look at first and at third. Kostelaic stands tall. Kind of a Ken Griffey stance. Also a lefty. Fastball just a little low. Kind of wanted that call. 1-0, 2 outs. Kostelaic frozen on that fastball. 1-1. Wilson has made it interesting. It's scored 4.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Kostelaic past the second baseman, Zidmel, and Bulldogs stay alive. It's 8-5 now.
They're going to make it even more interesting here.
They are going to make it interesting. And the tying run is at the plate. In the 5th inning, would you think I would be saying that right now? Lavin is the tying run. So, 3 singles in a row. And the pitch finds the zone. 0-1. Bulldogs have flirted with some strikes in these counts, but have been able to work past them. Goes high, 1-1. Again, 2-out rally. Very impressive after Ernesto. Yeah, after Ernesto's ground out, they've found the next 3 guys have found their way on base. Lavin trying to keep them alive. Breaking ball to the left side. A nice diving, sliding play, but he's not going to be there. Vaughn with a nice effort, just not that hit, not exactly where you want it to be. And Gable could end it in the with a swing of the bat. And it is crazy that I'm saying that.
I've been waiting for that grand slam. Maybe right here it is.
Gable did homer in the county championship last year. I believe that was the go-ahead run over Governor Mifflin. Strike one delivered. Gable is a junior. It's at shortstop. Gable to the third baseman. He bobbles it to first in time, and that's going to end the game.
Almost didn't have him there.
Lord makes the play and then just gets it to first in time, and that's going to do it. A little bit of sweat on the faces of Twin Valley, but it is all right because they claim victory, a much-needed one, and Wilson does fall ultimately. So Wilson now falls 10-5, Twin Valley 9-5. Wilson will remain, both teams remain in their spots. Twin Valley first and Berks 2, Wilson and Berks 1. But catching up to Governor Mifflin is going to be a little bit more daunting for them.
Yeah.
Mifflin, I believe they will or have improved to 9-0 depending on how the Exeter game is. I'm looking at that as we speak. And yep, there is a final from Governor Mifflin from Shillington. It says delayed bottom up. Nope, that's a final. 8-2. Governor Mifflin wins that one. And while I'm at it, let's take a look at Berks Catholic and Hamburg. Wow, that's a close one. 3-2, Saints win it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. Trey Stricker, another great effort on the mound. Stricker, one of the best on the mound for Berks Catholic just any team in Berks. So he gets the win for them. And winning pitcher today for Twin Valley is going to be Vaughn. A great effort by him. 6 strikeouts and 6 for the other starter.
Yeah, he played a really good game.
Colt did struggle. That mainly just came in the 4th. Kind of struggled when we saw him against Exeter as well. A great pitcher, has amazing stuff. Just gets into some tough situations, especially when his defense doesn't help out behind him. So, Twin Valley, this would be their 2nd season in a row winning Berks 2. They made the playoffs for the first time in quite a bit last season. Wilson did win Berks 1, so we will see what happens. A great outing, and again, Twin Valley scores 8 runs, 5 of which were in the 4th, 3 in the following inning. And anything else you went out on, Carson?
I don't think so. Great game.
That was a great game, and Wilson did make it interesting at the end. So another good one. Student Sportscast doing everything to, put a spotlight. I know I do work for Spotlight on Berks Sports. It's a good term.
Yeah.
Spotlight
Yeah.
on some
spotlight on baseball. Baseball's not really a sport that everybody pays attention to.
Not always. People always dismiss it as boring, but it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great game. So we appreciate you coming along with us on the Student Sportscast. I am Adam Cook, joined by Carson Satizan. And
one more thing to add real quick. It's not boring if you're listening to this broadcast.
Of course not. Love to see it. Thank you all for supporting, and we will see you next time. We will be back on Saturday. We have a pretty busy schedule. Saturday, it is the makeup of the Kutztown Berks Catholic game. So we were just talking about Berks Catholic. We will see them then. And we'll see Berks Catholic again next Wednesday at the Berks Baseball Showcase, which will conclude our season. It will be a doubleheader. Berks Catholic and Wyomissing at 4:15, followed by Governor Mifflin and Daniel Boone at 7. So it's an exciting one. I will be on a couple broadcasts in the next couple of days. I will have that on social media. Follow me at Adam Cook Journalism. Carson, you want to plug your social media at all?
I don't even know what my social media is.
think it's
Probably like
Carson
Carson
Sadie,
Sadie.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, thank you all for listening. We will see you next time. And that is it for the Student Sportscast.